as the tech companies themselves have been very clear about, this is a matter of the safety of everybody in the world. And this is a very serious issue that warrants real attention and real serious thinking about the risks. And right now, the only people I see really taking it seriously are the people in this room. The people who are willing to actually step up and say, you promised to do these kind of basic safety checks. Now you have to follow through and actually do that. And if you're not going to do that, then we're going to draw attention to that fact and ask questions about why you haven't done it. So we did that at our protest in June. And then just recently, we did this open letter where PauseAI volunteers sent out emails to their MPs. We contacted members of the House of Lords, and we, in the end, had 60 UK parliamentarians signing an open letter calling for DeepMind to explain themselves, to explain why these commitments that they made to the UK government and to the world have not been followed through. And I think we need to keep drawing attention to this until DeepMind, in fact, follows through on what they've done. And I'm hopeful that, in fact, the future releases from DeepMind will be more thoughtful because of the work that we've done. I think it remains to be seen, but I'm somewhat hopeful that with the next release of Google Gemini, I think that they are going to take a more careful approach. They're going to make sure that they have, in fact, at least followed the letter of their commitments, even if not the spirit. And I think that is partly due to the work that we've done. So I'm really proud of that. And so this documentary is about how do we go beyond that? How do we actually get real regulation backed by governments, not by a group of volunteers? And this is about an attempt that was made in California that came very close to actually securing real regulation. And then it was the documentary documents the battle that took place between tech companies on one hand and the people who wanted AI safety regulation on the other hand, and how that played out. And what I'd like to see is for similar battles to be taking place in the UK. Unfortunately, as Iqbal said, we don't even have any likelihood of AI regulation before 2027 at this point, or at least going into force. And so that's not really okay in a world where we can't predict exactly how quickly AI is going to progress. I don't think that anything will drastically change in the world of AI before 2027, but I'm not sure. And I don't think anyone can really be sure because this technology moves so fast. So I think we need to pressure the government to move faster, to prioritize this, even though it may seem like there are so many other pressing issues, and of course there are. This one actually does matter. We need to show that the public really cares about this. So I hope that we will get that regulation in place, and this hopefully will be useful. This documentary will be useful for thinking about how to actually achieve good regulation when that day happens. So let's watch the documentary.